Zach, you know who does not have less than 0.5% of EV market share in the U.S.?
I was Googling that earlier, and it slips my no. Who?
It's Tesla. But just 2 years ago, General Motors thought that Tesla would be gone by now. As far as executive Bob Lutz's comments were concerned, the downfall of Tesla was coming soon. But here we are in 2022, and Tesla is still gaining market share, currently sitting at 75%, while General Motors is sitting at less than 0.5% of U.S. EV market share. That just blows my mind.
Justin,
how the tables have
Justin,
turned. How the tables have
Justin.
turned.
They're not General Motors, man. Have you seen their rebrand? It's just a G and an M, and they kind of look like little GM.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. I was at the dinner last night, Justin. I was talking with people about the adoption of EVs, and I said to the table, I was like, "And Tesla's done an incredible job, and like they're leading the pack." And one of the people at the table was like, "Tesla's not going to be the mainstream brand." I'm like thinking to myself, "Well, they already are." He's like, "No, one of the legacy automakers will, because they learned over the past 100 years how to make cars." I'm like, have you not been reading Justin's article? Like, they have 75% market share for the most recent quarter of sales. Like, Tesla's kicking butt, and no one is on their heels. Hyundai, Kia a little bit, but like in a very, very distant second place.
It's so fascinating to me how right now Tesla has 14% market share among EV sales globally, the whole world, 75% here in the U.S. That's down from 18% in 2020. But guess what, Zach? In 2020, there were about 350 electric models available worldwide. Last year, 450. Now, even more. Tesla's market share has been staying strong even as the competition has raced forward, biting at their heels, but they're not really getting anywhere yet.
Why do you think it is? Why are they what moat or defensibility have they built into their business?
A lot of it's branding, but it's also the vertical integration of their supply chain. Let's talk branding real quick. I've spoken to plenty of young people who, whenever you just bring up EVs or electric vehicles to them in conversation, they immediately start talking about Tesla. Tesla is still the face of electric vehicles.
Yeah.
That is a huge part of it, because I know when someone says, yeah, they want to grow up and become a doctor and make all kinds of money, well, a part of that plan is, I'm going to buy a Tesla.
Yeah. It's
Also,
a status thing.
Yeah, it's a status thing. Even though they don't even qualify for some of the incentives that other automakers still qualify for, the status enough, what it symbolizes to the American consumer is enough to keep them at the top of EV sales. But that's not all. The ability to simply make cars is a huge part of the equation here, especially in 2022, where the chip shortage is dragging on. It's seemingly never going away. Maybe it will someday. Yeah. Tesla has been able to build hundreds of thousands of cars every quarter, while other automakers are struggling to build 10,000 EVs. We saw Ford was only able to crank out about 6,500 Mustang Mach-E's at the same time that Tesla made a few 100,000 Model 3s.
Yeah. So they're it's interesting. Again, back to my dinner comment from last night. Well, they know how to produce in regards to the legacy OEMs, and it's like, no. Like, what got them here isn't necessarily what's going to get them there. Tesla, with that vertical integration, has definitely got a leg up on their competitors.
Yes. It's just amazing how much the part shortage and General Motors' recall, or GM as you say, GM's recall, how much that has changed the game when it comes to EV market share in America. 1 year ago, General Motors was in second place with 9% market share, all because of the success of the Chevy Bolt and the new Bolt EUV, which is slightly larger. Followed by Volkswagen in third place at 7% market share here in the U.S. Things have changed. They're not able to make cars anymore. General Motors had a stop sale. They were not able to even sell the thousands of Bolts they had sitting on the lot. And here we are today. Tesla's getting stronger than ever. General Motors is at 0.3% market share. Volkswagen is struggling to get back to 5%. And Hyundai and Kia just popped out of nowhere with the Ioniq 5 and EV6, two great-looking, fast-charging, long-range EVs. And now they have stolen the second spot from General Motors, looking at about 9% market share. But you don't even have to do the math to realize that that's still way
Yeah, it's a way-
behind Tesla.
It's a ways away.
Thinking about getting an extended warranty? Go to joinyaa.com and check out our pricing there. There's no obligation, no spam, no robocalls. YAA for your extended warranty.
I got a question for you. So I understand, Tesla is synonymous with the generation of, being in the, owning an EV. It's a status thing. Talk to me a little bit though. Are there different underpinnings or functional things that people get in Teslas that they don't get in others? Is it the tech piece? Is it the FSD is it that type of stuff that you think, Justin? Or is it really, as other automakers just bring quality cars to market, that market share will eventually dwindle? What do you think?
Tesla has revolutionized the automotive industry by bringing over-the-air updates to every single vehicle that they build. Other automakers are getting close to being able to doing that from home. But for example, with my Ioniq 5, I still have to go into the dealership for a software update.
Wait, and you just said the D word. Maybe that also plays a role in this. A lot of consumers just don't want to deal with dealerships anymore, so they'll buy a Tesla instead. I think that's definitely a driver.
Yeah, a recent survey of Tesla buyers found that 91% cited not having to go to a dealership as a part of why they chose the brand.
There you go. That's what else do you need to know? That's a huge, huge proportion of people.
But I want to talk about what would it take to dethrone Tesla from the number one spot. We've been hearing about this for about a decade. I know our auto expert, Justice, he's sick and tired of hearing people talk about Tesla killers and all that. There's no Tesla killer. Well, what would it take? In my opinion, affordability is key. The most popular Tesla right now, it's the number one selling EV in America in 2022, the Tesla Model Y with destination. It starts at $64,000. That's not affordable. The median household income in America is just a few thousand more than the top selling Tesla.
Wow.
That's not an affordable EV. Also, we're going to be looking at production capacity. Competing automakers are going to have to ramp up production. They're going to have to find the chips, find the battery suppliers, build those strategic partnerships, and build a lot more electric vehicles if they're even going to have a chance, because you can't catch up if you're not building any EVs.
Yeah, it's interesting. There are kind of niche ways to attack Tesla, be the really, really high, Lucid, or maybe go low, maybe Nissan Mitsubishi will come out with that finally, economical EV that'll take some Tesla market share. It's going to take years for this to ever take shape. And all the while, Tesla's just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, and the two big American automakers, General Motors and Ford, they each have their own plans to try to catch up to Tesla. General Motors CEO Mary Barra recently said affordability is how they're going to catch up to Tesla. That's what she said. They are bringing an Equinox EV to market in late 2023 at supposedly around $30,000. We'll see how inflation treats that claim. Ford, they've just separated their business model into Ford Model E and Ford Blue, where Model E is the new all-electric division of Ford. They may be selling direct to consumer like Tesla does. That could be their advantage.
Something tells me we'll be making more videos about this in the future, don't you think?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Thanks, Justin.